What if the greatest cities ever built were never meant to be seen? What if entire civilizations didn't rise above the ground, but disappeared below it? Because across the world, there's evidence of something deeply unsettling. Massive underground cities, hidden tunnels, sealed chambers, entire worlds buried beneath history itself. And the strangest part? Most people have no idea they exist. Before we go deeper, stay with the journey and subscribe, because what you're about to uncover may completely change how you see ancient civilizations. Because this isn't just history. This is something that was hidden, on purpose. Let's begin beneath Cappadocia. From above, it looks like a calm, ancient landscape. But below it lies something massive. The Derinkuyu Underground City. A multi-level underground city carved deep into solid rock. This isn't a simple cave. It's a fully functional world. Living spaces, food storage, water systems, ventilation shafts, everything needed for thousands of people to survive, completely hidden underground. Think about that. An entire population choosing to live in darkness, cut off from the surface world. Why? Because building something like this takes effort. Planning, engineering. No one creates an underground city without a serious reason. And that's where the mystery begins. Because this idea doesn't exist in just one place. Beneath Rome, the Roman catacombs stretch for miles. In Egypt, hidden voids inside the Great Pyramid of Giza suggest there are chambers we still cannot access. And beneath Malta, the house Saflieni Hypogeum reveals a structure so precise it feels almost impossible. Different civilizations, different timelines, same pattern. Build below, hide below, stay below. But here's the most unsettling part. Many of these places were sealed, entrances blocked, passages closed, as if something inside was never meant to be found. And that leads to the first chilling question. What exactly were they hiding? Because in the next part, we go deeper into how these underground cities actually worked and why they feel far more advanced than we expect. Stay with the what if these underground cities weren't just built to hide people, but to control survival itself? Because the deeper we go, the more one thing becomes clear. These weren't random tunnels. They were engineered systems, designed with precision, built for long-term survival. Before we go further, stay with the journey and subscribe, because what you're about to uncover may completely change how you see ancient intelligence. Because now, we are no longer asking what lies beneath. We are asking how these hidden cities actually worked. Return once again beneath Cappadocia, inside the incredible Derinkuyu Underground City. At first, it feels confusing. A maze of narrow tunnels, multiple levels going deeper into darkness. But look closer, and a pattern appears. This wasn't chaos. This was control. Take the ventilation system. Deep vertical shafts carved through solid rock. These shafts allowed fresh air to flow across every level, even the deepest parts, which means thousands of people could breathe underground, without machines, without modern tools. That's not simple. That's advanced thinking. Now think about water. Wells were carved deep into underground sources. But here's the key detail. Some of these wells could only be accessed from inside, which means if outsiders found the entrance, they couldn't poison the water. Everything was protected. Everything was planned. Now consider movement. The tunnels are extremely narrow. Sometimes only one person can pass at a time. At first, that seems like a flaw. But it's not. It's defense. Because narrow tunnels slow down intruders. They create choke points. One person can stop many. And then come the stone doors. Massive circular slabs of rock, heavy enough to block entire passageways. Once closed, sections of the city became completely sealed. No way in, no way out. And that's where things start to feel darker. Because these systems don't just protect people. They control them. They decide who moves and who doesn't. And when you combine all of this, air systems, water protection, controlled movement, sealed chambers, you begin to see something unsettling. This wasn't just a place to survive. It was a place where survival could be controlled. And this idea appears again in other underground systems. In the Roman catacombs beneath Rome, tunnels stretch endlessly, dark, silent, disorienting. Inside the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt, hidden chambers remain sealed. Different places, same feeling. These cities were built with intention, and not all of that intention feels safe, which leads to a deeper question. If these places could be sealed, what happened when the doors closed? Because in the next part, we go deeper into something even more disturbing, the possibility that these underground cities were connected, forming hidden networks beneath entire regions. Stay with the story, because what lies beneath is bigger than we imagined. What if these underground cities were never meant to stand alone? What if they were connected, forming a hidden network beneath entire regions? Because the deeper we look, the more this possibility begins to make sense. These weren't just cities. They may have been part of something much larger. Before we go further, stay with the journey and subscribe, because what you're about to uncover could completely change how you see ancient civilizations. Because now, we are no longer exploring a single hidden city. We are uncovering a system, a world beneath the world. Return again to Cappadocia. Here, underground cities like Derinkuyu Underground City and Cappadocia Underground City exist only a few kilometers apart. But here's where things get interesting. There is evidence suggesting these cities may have been connected through underground tunnels, long, narrow passageways carved deep into the earth. If true, this would mean people could travel between entire cities without ever coming to the surface. Imagine that, moving in silence, in darkness, through hidden paths no one above could see. A secret network, invisible, protected, and suddenly everything changes. Because now, these underground cities are not just shelters. They are connected systems, nodes in a hidden network. But this idea doesn't stop here. Across parts of Germany and Austria, mysterious tunnels known as Erdstore have been discovered. These are not natural caves. They are man-made, extremely narrow, twisting, sometimes leading to small chambers, sometimes ending abruptly. Their purpose remains unknown, but their existence across wide regions suggests something important. Ancient civilizations were not just building underground, they were connecting underground. Now shift your focus to Peru. Beneath ancient sites, there are reports of long underground tunnels stretching far beyond what has been explored. Stories of hidden routes connecting distant locations. While not all of this is fully confirmed, the pattern is difficult to ignore. Different civilizations. Same idea. Build below, connect below, move below. Because if the surface world became dangerous, the underground became freedom, a place to travel unseen, to communicate in secret, to relocate without being detected. And if that's true, then what we discovered so far may only be a small part of something far greater. Because many of these tunnels remain unexplored, collapsed, sealed, lost beneath modern cities. Which means right now, beneath our feet, there could be entire networks still waiting to be discovered. Hidden, silent, forgotten. And that leads to a powerful thought. What if people didn't just go underground to survive, but to disappear? Because in the next part, we go deeper into the most mysterious layer. Spaces that don't look like homes, don't function like tunnels, and may not have been built for survival at all. Stay with the story, because what lies deeper may not have been meant for everyone. What if the deepest parts of these underground cities were never meant for survival at all? Because as we go further down, something changes. The structure becomes quieter, more isolated, less practical, and far more unsettling. Before we go deeper, stay with the journey and subscribe, because what you're about to uncover may challenge everything we think we know about ancient civilizations. Because now, we are entering the most mysterious layer, the part that doesn't make sense. Let's begin beneath Malta, inside the Hal Saflieni Hypogeum. This is not a place for living. There are no signs of daily life, no storage rooms, no kitchens, no systems for survival. Instead, what we find are chambers, perfectly carved, symmetrical, precise, spaces that feel intentional, but not practical. And then something strange happens. Sound behaves differently here. A whisper travels. A low tone echoes unnaturally. It's as if the structure itself was designed to amplify sound. But why? Some believe it was used for rituals, ceremonies, chanting practices where sound played a central role. Others believe something deeper, that these chambers were designed to influence the human mind, to create feelings of awe or fear, a controlled psychological environment. And that changes everything. Because now, these underground worlds are not just physical structures. They are experiences, designed with purpose. Now return again beneath Cappadocia, deep inside Derinkuyu Underground City. Hidden within its lower levels are chambers that feel completely out of place, isolated, hard to reach, disconnected from living areas. No signs of storage, no signs of daily use, just empty space, carved into rock. And the emptiness feels intentional, because no one puts in that much effort, without a reason. Now think about everything we've seen. Underground cities built for survival, networks built for movement, and now, chambers with no clear purpose. It's almost as if each layer served a different role. Upper level for living, middle level for movement and defense, and the deepest levels for something else entirely, something restricted, something hidden, something not meant for everyone. And that leads to a powerful possibility. What if access to these deeper spaces was controlled? Only certain individuals allowed in, only certain knowledge kept there. Because in many ancient cultures, the most important spaces were hidden, protected, accessible only to a select few. And if that idea extended underground, then these chambers may have been the most important part of all, not because of what they contained, but because of what happened inside them. Which brings us to the final question. Why were these underground cities truly built? Because in the final part, everything connects: the cities, the systems, the networks, and the mystery. And we uncover the real reason they were hidden from history. Stay with the story, because the truth is deeper than we ever imagined. What if these underground cities were never lost, only hidden from history? Because when you connect everything, the cities, the systems, the hidden networks, and the mysterious chambers, you begin to see a pattern that feels impossible to ignore. This wasn't random. This wasn't accidental. This was intentional. Before we reveal the truth, stay with the journey and subscribe, because what you're about to realize may completely change how you see ancient civilizations. Because now, everything connects. Beneath Cappadocia, massive underground systems like Derinkuyu Underground City and Cappadocia Underground City show how entire populations could live in complete secrecy. Beneath Rome, the Roman catacombs stretch for miles, forming a hidden world beneath a living city. Inside the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt, sealed voids remain, spaces that exist but remain beyond reach. And beneath Malta, the house softly in the Hypogeum reveals that some underground spaces were not built for survival, but for something far more mysterious. Different civilizations, different timelines, different purposes, but the same pattern keeps appearing. Build below, hide below, protect below, preserve below, and that leads to the final realization. These underground worlds were not just shelters. They were vaults, places designed to protect something valuable. And that something may not have been just people. It could have been knowledge, ancient records, beliefs, secrets of their civilization, a way to ensure that even if the surface world changed, something would survive, because underground, things last, temperature stays stable, structures remain protected, time moves differently. If you wanted to preserve something for centuries, you wouldn't leave it above ground. You would hide it beneath it. And that may be why so many of these places were sealed. Not to keep people out, but to keep something in. And here's the most powerful thought of all. What if we still haven't found everything? Because even today, new underground discoveries are being made. Hidden tunnels beneath modern cities. Sealed chambers beneath ancient ruins. Unknown void detected by advanced scanning technology. Which means right now, beneath your feet, there could be entire worlds still waiting to be discovered. Silent, hidden, untouched for thousands of years, waiting. So the next time you walk through a city, remember this. You're not just walking on history. You might be walking above it. If you want more hidden truths, ancient mysteries, and buried civilizations, make sure you subscribe and stay with us. Because history isn't gone. It's just hidden. And the deeper you look, the more you realize we've only just begun.